Live, and this worked. Perfect. Now, there's a few things whilst I'm here chatting on my own. This is an impromptu Katie's Arms. So you have no reason to be here. This isn't when this happens. I'm not supposed to be here, and I haven't gone quite mad. So this is the online pub, Katie's Arms. And we usually, hello my loves, hi, this has thrown me. I know, I'm so sorry. It's sort of my fault, but also here I am anyway. You're not wrong. If you're seeing this and thinking, wait, that's that daft bint Hopkins and this is her pub night, which indeed it is. And look, I've even got a bottle with a cork, would you believe? I know it's the wrong day. So I do know that now, although there's some other things. It is Thursday, not Friday. Katie's Arms, pub night. Hello, hi Florida. Katie's Arms pub night is on a Friday. But tonight we're doing it on Thursday and it's 10 to 8. It's not even the right time. So essentially, I'm just a daft bint live on Insta, here to have chitty chats, because I'm going to miss tomorrow night and I'm determined not to miss a pub night this week. So I just thought, you know what, I'll just jump on. And if anyone's there, hi. What 40s Delta oil platform? Hello from Abu Dhabi. Oh, hello. You guys are all so sweet. Netherlands are here. Someone's here from an oil platform. I'm just saying. That is hotter than the sun. I find men who work on oil rigs incredibly attractive. Something about the desolation of it all, the loneliness, the isolation, one man against the elements, slopping around in those big sloppy boots that are made of you know, the ones that coloured a camel but with a steel toe cap, with nothing on under a boiler suit. Do you know what I mean? Hi from the Congo Republic. Is that a joke? Are you having a jolly jape? Are you actually sat in Essex just writing that? Hello. I love that everyone says hello. So do write hello from wherever you are. And if you are on an oil rig, or you're another person that's, you know, maybe you work in oil or gas or coal, maybe you mine or you drill, maybe you plunge the depth of the planet to power humanity, do let us know. Munich Airport. I mean, it's not quite as exciting, but well done. So the reason I'm here is because tomorrow night is normally pub night at Katie's Arms. And we can't have a Katie's Arms tomorrow night because I am on the road. I'm going to go and meet someone to do a podcast that I promised to do. So I'm on the road tomorrow. So that's why I'm here now. But also I wanted us to be able to gather together. Thank you. Yes, I know, a little shirt. Just threw this on. And a little leather skirt. I'm very much into the leather skirt at the moment. I'm having a leather skirt phase. You know, leather skirts, fur coats. It's all how I'm going. Great work, girl. Thank you. The shirt. Yes, so what happened with the shirt was I was in Menorca to write the last tour, and I whipped into one of the shops in Menorca that I love, and they had so many things all at once that I liked. All at once, I saw a shirt, I saw a jacket, I saw a shirt for my mother, and I bought all of it all at once on my first day when I was supposed to be writing. That's what went on. So what we're celebrating tonight, good people, is easily wiped. True. So this is the thing about the vegan mafia, right? And I appreciate that many of you are adorable plant eaters by choice because you're choosing a way that's, you know, a way of life. You're not a militant vegan, you're just a plant person. But leather is actually awesome. It's really, really comfortable to wear. It's really wipeable. It's very durable. I can see why people back before wore leather. I can. Anyway, the reason we're here tonight is to celebrate the end of chuffing January. And something that happened earlier when I was having a little bit of a rant about January is that it's not actually the end of January, and I thought it was. So I thought we'd made it to the end of January, but we haven't. There's still another bastard day to go, which all of you realised, but I didn't. So you were right and I'm wrong, and we're not officially at the end of January because there's still another buggering day left, and I thought today was the last day. Vegans. Katie, I'm just getting a straw for my bottle. I know! And look at this! It's unheard of. I actually had a real bottle of wine, a Malbec from Extreme Terroir. Terroir. Honestly, I can't. I'm not vegan or plant-based. I'm a fussy eater. Well, go you. Be whatever you want to be. Be as crazy as you want to be as mad as you want to be as wild as you want to be. The only way we're going to get through this is to be as weird as you can possibly be, truly. What's about to come down the pipe at us in the next few months is going to take some endurance, I swear to God, and the only way we're going to get through it is by being quite mad, and I think the Katie's Arms is actually going to be rather needed, because what I can feel coming down the track is not going to be very easy for any of us to make it through. And I think we're just beginning to get the first sniffs of how bad it's going to get. And you know me, I'm all about the uplift and I'm all about the positive. But just to lay it out here, we will go back to the January thing and the celebrating thing and the taking the piss thing, but just to lay it out while we're just having a moment of seriousness, is that there's no way in God's green earth, here in the UK, things can be this bad and the world be as it is and people feeling the way they are without the shit about to hit the fan in a really, really massive way. It's not conceivable that businesses can be operating or functioning. It's not conceivable that places that employ lots of people can still be staying in business. It's not plausible that businesses losing 44% of their bottom line to theft can still be operating. It's not credible that businesses that employ many, many people and many, many layers and pay them a lot of money can still be functioning when the cost of employing people has gone up exponentially, when the people who are being employed at huge costs aren't turning up for work, and when the money that's required to keep employing these people isn't coming in. It's not conceivable. I've just gone quite serious. And I didn't intend to go serious. I intended for this to be a pub night. But anyway, I guess it's just coming out now. But it's not... We're currently living some sort of fallacy because the economy cannot be moving. People feel so depressed and so worn down and so exhausted right now. They aren't spending money because they haven't got money to spend. And if no one's spending any money, we can't be keeping going. And there's an illusion going on that because of the COVID years where the government just flushed money into the system to keep people staying home, to keep people locked down, the government just kept printing money and spending money and funding things and funding people and funding people's bank accounts to stay home, that this is all normal. This isn't normal. It isn't possible that the high streets look the way they look, that people feel the way they feel, that the cost of living is such and the cost of employment is such. Currently, this is not... Something is about to fall out the bottom of everything. And I'm not being a doom monger. I'm just saying it's all tax on tax, right? So you can't just keep taxing people more to try and, to try and make things work. It doesn't work. You can't just keep punitively taxing the same few workers in the hope they'll just keep paying, because they can't, because they've reached the end point. And the people who are in work are reaching a point where they cannot sustain it anymore. And the idea now that you're going to pay a BBC licence if you download Netflix, because if you're on Netflix, then you're going to pay to sustain the BBC. That's a perfect example of what I'm talking about. People are now being pushed beyond the wall. Tesco's is laying people off. Sainsbury's is laying people off. What do you think is going to happen next? If those big, big bastards cannot keep people employed, it's coming. And this is a trick I find myself caught between now. This is taking a turn, this pub night, but we're just going to go with it. So there's a point where, right, two things are happening at the same time. You're either a person that's got their head in the sand, who thinks the law is the law, the police are the police, the media is the media, life is going on like it was before, what my mum used to do is what I'm going to do, what my daughters will do is what I used to do, life ticking along. If I try my best and work hard, everything's going to be all right, right? You might be that person. You might have your 2 weeks package holiday in Tenerife each year and everything's okay because that's what you look forward to. Great. And it's better to keep your head down, better to keep your head in the sand, call everyone else a nutter, and that's fine, okay? Or you're someone that's realising things aren't quite what they're supposed to be. world isn't quite adding up right now, apart from in America, where, thank God, Trump's going to save America. But that people are working too hard to earn nothing. Both people in a relationship have to work to try and just keep the lights on. You can't afford to pay your energy bills. There's no money left at the end of the month, and you're being taxed more. And now you can't afford your mortgage, so you're going to have to sell up and then rent. But rents are really expensive. And maybe there's a bigger plan afoot which involves us not being able to sustain this way of life. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're either in that camp where you keep your head in the sand and pretend it's okay, or you're in this camp where you're starting to go, wait a minute, we're probably not going to make it through this in the way that we were. It's kind of that point. But meanwhile, over in America, they have got Trump, and thank the Lord for that. And being in DC for the Trump inauguration was really a gasp of kind of like breathing, fresh air and feeling really great about the world and feeling really great for America and feeling so thrilled. And then coming back to the UK and returning to a place that is refusing to do what Trump's doing, refusing to see what Trump can see, refusing to do the sort of dramatic shift that's going to be necessary to save us. It's just a weird thing. The contrast is massive, that we are living. So you know how I just spoke about those two things, the people that keep their heads in the sand or the people that are going, wait a minute, this is all about to come crashing down. That's kind of like the UK and the US. The UK has its head in the sand, pretending that windmills are going to power us, pretending that if we keep talking about diversity, everything will be okay, versus America, which is like, no, we've got to stop this, stop the diversity bullshit, stop this kind of, windmills will save us, drill baby drill. It's two types of people. It's UK and America. One's got the answer and one hasn't. And we're in the middle and we're in between. Anyway, yes, thank the Lord for Trump. I know, thank God. So what I was really trying to do on this Katie's Arms, apart from be here a day early because I can't be here tomorrow, is celebrate the end of January. And let me tell you, we agree. I try and be positive. I try and be upbeat. I try and take the piss mostly out of myself. January is a shit month. It's a shit month. There are no, I don't know if you're from the UK or not, but there are no redeeming qualities, I'm sorry, to January in the UK. There's none. It is perpetually grey. And that's the brief peak at the daytime that we have in between perpetual night, which goes on from about 5 p.m. till 7 a.m. the next day. So 7 a.m, maybe you'll open your curtains or you'll open your blinds. It's a new day, world. What's out there? Grey. Grey. Grey like varicose vein grey. Grey like the greyest person you ever met in a library. Grey upon grey. Grey like the tears of a sad elephant. Grey. It's grey. Everything is grey all the time. And then on top of the greyness, people start doing weird January shit, like trying to be better people. January is not the time to be a better person. Honestly, January is the time to be a much worse version of yourself. January is the time to, indulge yourself, eat chocolate, drink wine, stay warm, wear pyjamas often, wear fleecy materials. And I don't agree with people that wear fleece. But it's grey like Starmer's face. Yeah, be happy to be alive. I know, I do try. But January. And then people do dry January where they don't drink. I don't drink. I'm going to the gym. I don't drink. Make it worse for yourselves. And we're nearly there. One day to go and we're into February. And February is a really short month, so life will get much, much better. I'll swap you some grey for 30 plus Durban heat. Oh, come on. We keep hearing about people moving to Dubai, actually. Fleeing the UK, moving to Dubai. Is it actually better? I don't know. I want fire and wine and steak. Exactly. Cheer up. Kate Garraway is... That's classic. I'll get to you. Kate Garraway is on Bake Off. Tell me that is a fuckety-buckety joke. Is that a joke? Is she? Tell me, Kate. Tell me. Help me. Carnival January. Yes. Who bloody ray for February? I tried to lose 3 pounds in January and gained 5. Yes, girl. Cheers. I so celebrate that. Right, you tried to lose £3, but you ate so much bastard stuff because you were thinking about trying not to eat that you gained 5. That's my kind of January bird. Well done. She is. Oh my fuckity god. Kate Garraway on Bake Off. I can't deal. Oh, don't, because people will. I'm just, okay, so what's going to happen now is everybody's going to be like, you shouldn't say that about Kate. Nice Kate. I don't see what you've got about Kate. Okay, but, so just look, if you love Kate Garraway, could I just do this so that, but come on, we can't agree, and that's okay, and you love her, and that's okay, but could you just, because I just got to get this off my little Kate Garraway. Has she got Dead Derek with her? Is she going to be pushing? Is she going to be pushing Dead Derek around the kitchen? Terrible thing, long COVID. Just got to go and get the scones. Hold on. What's that you've got in the freezer, Kate? Oh, it's just Dead Derek. Hold on, I'll go and get him. I've just got to defrost him because Pfizer's sponsoring me to talk about long COVID. Like I said, this is massively not appropriate. This is sort of probably more reserved for stand-up. Kate, can I put my baking sheets in somewhere? Yeah. Put them on Dead Derek. Just put them on his lap. He'll never notice. He won't mind. Got to pay for that house somehow. I don't know if she can walk anymore without wheelchair hands. She probably walks. It's probably why she's doing Bake Off, actually, isn't it? Because she pushed a wheelchair for so long, her hands are now perpetually in this position. Which means it's ideal for baking. Look. Wheelchair hands, baking tray hands. Boom. Same. Then she can do this bit about, I'm baking this in memory of Dead Derek. What is it? Oh, it's something I used to make for Dead Derek. You see why? That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying, if there's some things that I say that it's just better if we just separate, you know what I mean? Don't want to hear it. Just go somewhere else. I tried to explain earlier the same thing about dogs and it didn't go well either. Should I try that here? Jesus, Katie, you're so inappropriate. I know. And that's sort of my way. Derek. So the thing about the dogs was, I'm going to try this here, but I don't think it's going to go well either here. But off the back of Dead Derek, maybe it'll be okay. When is Kate Garraway finding new love? You know that documentary's coming, don't you? It's coming. Maybe she'll meet love at the Bake Off. Celebrity Bake Off over a cooker. I was trying to explain about dogs because on Instagram, lots and lots of people save dogs, don't they? It's one of the favourite videos that you see. So there's like a dog, but the dog's like really manky. Like it's got like no ear and it's been beaten up, and it's like the dog's really, really bad. So then they try and save the dog. And my view on that is sometimes I just feel like it's a bit of a stretch. Do you know what I mean? Like it's a bit of a step too far. Like I think some dogs don't look like, they look like it's kind of... So like I said, it's a hard one to try and help people with. It's a hard one to try and explain. But I just think sometimes that whole saving the thing, I don't know, are you really saving it or is it just a bit cruel? I love you for having an affair and stealing Mark. I can't lie. Yeah, not the dogs. I know it's controversial because everybody loves dogs. But I'm just saying, sometimes do you think it's cruel? Like, would we save a person if they were in that predicament? I don't know. Kate Garraway will be on Undateables next. Because she's been in mourning longer than Queen Victoria. We have to part this now. It's too much for so many people, and and we don't want to upset people more than we absolutely have to. So this week as well, it's been a week for Wyn. Is it Wyn Evans? Wyn, is that how you say it on Strictly? So he's the Go Compare guy, isn't he? The guy that Go Compare, and it turned out to be his turn to be strung up and hung out to dry by the BBC. So the programme Strictly, the dancing thing, he was on that. And then I think he got a bit handsy with one of the dancers. I remember seeing that clip, but it was a bit weird. And then he's made some comments and things like that. And now he's been absolutely hung out to dry. And I suppose two things on that. One, I feel sorry for the dancer that was made to apologise and make all of that go away, because it seems like she was kind of obliged to cover up for him, and that didn't feel very kind. But two is when it's decided that there's a new person to be thrown to the public square, the latest witch hunt. Exactly. I obviously have a great deal of sympathy and empathy for that person, because I know how that feels. For whatever reason, and that's sort of what I park, is it doesn't really matter what the reason is that you're being crucified. You're just the latest meat that's being thrown out to the dogs in the public square. And I have a tremendous amount of sympathy for anybody who finds themselves in that position, regardless of what the reason is, because there's always a reason. And one of the things that I find to be true universally of anybody who finds themselves in the position of being set upon, and this can be true for you as well, if you've been set upon by friends or family or a WhatsApp group or whatever, is very often it's motivated by jealousy. And it's not like, oh yes, people should be jealous of me because I'm so fantastic. It's not really that. It's that people are jealous of other people's success, even small successes. And that will go down to any level in any degree of your life. So if your child is doing something that other parents are jealous of, that can be a jealousy of success. You know, if you're okay and you're having a good time and you're happy, people can be jealous of that success, like just jealous of your happiness, or jealous that you're content. Or if you're happy with something you've got, some shit little car, people will put that down because you're quite happy with it. It's that. And that's what I think happens with Wyn as well. People were jealous that he went on Strictly and he was happy, or that he was doing well, or he got those adverts, as much as I find them bastard annoying. You know what I mean? Like, people are jealous of someone's success instead of just being happy that someone's successful. And I think that explains a lot of what happens with people. And when people come at you, I think that is what that is. It's a lot of people are jealous of other people's success. And there's a really curious British trait, which is that in order to feel better about our own lives, we put someone else down. And there's no real rhyme or reason to that, because it doesn't actually elevate you at all. But that's what people do. They put someone else down to make themselves feel better. And occasionally it will be you that finds yourself being targeted in that way. You'll be the one that's being put down for someone else to feel better about themselves. And you can come away from that and feel horrible about yourself. But in fact, you shouldn't, because it's really on them, it's not on you. And it's a real pity that some people feel the need to do that. I think we've all been around that. And many of us have suffered from that. But I think that's what's happening to Wyn as well. And I did do a video on YouTube about trying to help Wyn and his family see that it is actually going to be okay in the end. It is okay in the end. It will be all right. This too shall pass. And those are really trite things to say, but actually I'm kind of living proof of it, if this is anyone's version of okay. Here we are. You're not allowed to breathe without offending someone. It does feel like that now, doesn't it? It does feel like that. And you get people who say, I disagree with you, unfollowed. Oh. And that is relentless. It's sort of, do we have to agree to get along? No. Anyone else frozen? I get this every day at work and I couldn't give two single fucks. Also a good attitude. I'll let you be soon. When's my new book coming out? Ooh, good. Thank you. So I'm just filing that tomorrow. Hence, it's a surprise that I didn't know when January was ending. So I file that tomorrow with a lovely lady that's proofed for me since the days of writing a column at The Sun. So that's over 10 years ago. And she's proofed all of my work ever. So she'll go through it and just check it for mad typos and mad phrases and things that don't make sense, which is obviously a great deal of the book. So that's going off tomorrow. So Batshit Bonkers Britain, the book, which basically will acknowledge the madness that you're surrounded by, that will give my point of view on why this is being done to us, absolutely allow everybody to think completely different to me, but will remind you that despite the madness, we get through this together. Sorry for the way I'm sounding cold. So Batshit Bonkers Britain is going to be off with proofing tomorrow. So we'll be out and with you all for the tour. I'm guessing it'll be out in April, which I'm super happy for, because I think it's basically the Katie's Arms, or it's Batshit Bonkers, or it's the daily news briefings, but in a book that is intended to really make you laugh and really make you feel better. So I'm very happy for that. And oh golly, yeah, we've nearly been half an hour chatting. How does this happen? Our time just goes. Please don't agree with everything I say. Is that a ghost? Do you mean that? So that's a picture of me. I don't like the picture, but Lovely Mark liked it, so we made it into the poster. And it's supposed to be, he likes it because he says it's kind of war years. Is it? I don't know. Anyway, the tour is more or less sold out, but you can still get tickets in Ireland, I think. And I think we have a venue in Stafford coming really soon, coming online. And I'm just going to show you this. I don't know if I'm allowed to, but Lovely Mark isn't here. He's at the pub with one of our absolutely darling people in our closest little group of troopers that have saved our souls. But Lovely Mark has done a really thing that I have to be careful because it might set me off. Will I sign copies? Always. I don't do a book unless I can write to people in it. I don't think you should buy a book unless the person that's written it is writing you a personal message. Like, that was the whole other book, was just being able to write people messages. So Lovely Mark has done a thing that was going to set me off. Isn't that strange? I think I know why as well. The why is because someone just told us something that made me feel very sad. But we can't do that now, but we will do this. Oh no. So, bad things shouldn't happen to good people. That's what I'll say. Anyway, I will just show you this. So Lovely Mark has, many of you will know, he has a background in advertising and he used to work for Saatchi and he was one of their big designers. So he's done us, and I haven't really opened this before now. This is a mock-up. He's doing us he's doing us a programme for Batshit Bonkers Britain. This will be all foil and beautiful. And this is not ideal for me in any way because it's sort of about me, because obviously so it's kind of what I actually was before all the stuff happened. So all of me in the migrant camps, or with children in Wales who feel like no one's listening to them, or this is in Palestine, listening to Palestinian people talk about, you see, so this is all much bigger because this is all the stuff of me, and then the stuff in South Africa with my farmers there, and spending time with the workers on South African farms who really wanted the white farmers to be able to stay because they needed them. You see, this is... Oof. So anyway, it's a programme that Mark's doing that goes, I guess, scratches a little bit underneath the surface of funny me into real me. Also, we're going to have a support act with us on the road because I've been so lucky now not only to have venues that will stick with us and venues that want to come and join us, but now I'm able to have a support act. And then he's got a behind the scenes section with all the people who matter most to me on the tour. Like my sound guy and his partner, and Big Wayne, who are all the people who've been with me since the start. So you see what's going to happen on tour. I've got no chance, have I, if I can't even look at my own programme. And I think the idea is, Lovely Mark is going to have, if you want to advertise, very specifically targeted to about 50,000 people of our family. The idea is that you could advertise in this, and therefore we could bring the costs down, because Mark wants to make this as cheap as possible so that as many people as possible can have their copy. So do get in touch with Lovely Mark if you want to do that. I didn't mean for all that to happen, but you see why all of this is so meaningful to me, and the fact that Lovely Mark has been putting so much time and effort into this for all of us. He's even got a picture of himself. I bet you he wants to take that out, but he's in there. So that's going to be a very special thing. It is a lot. It is a lot. I sometimes feel embarrassed about how I get. And then I remember that actually it's because it's all anchored into the really real stuff that really matters. And I'm starting to get a sense of just how difficult everything's about to be already for people that it's already difficult for. And why this next tour is really going to be so important. So if you'd like to be part of this, or you'd like to help sponsor it or do whatever, just to get the cost of printing it down, please could you maybe message Lovely Mark, landlord, at katiesarms.com. I know he's also got something on the website about it. I'll try and put it in the bio. Let the tears flow. Just blame the menopause. I do slightly blame that. And it being January. And we're nearly through it. But we will get through this. We will. So I apologise for not being here for Katie's Arms tomorrow. Thanks for sticking with me. And you'll see, we really do go through the range of things, don't we, on these Katie's Arms. And February, I'm going to mark a sand. We're going to put a stick in the sand that says February. We're going to battle through this, and I'm not going to do this again in February. So I'm going to see you on the road. I'm going to see you at, I'll see the guys that I'm meeting for the podcast tomorrow. I'm going to see you live for the podcast that we're doing in Shoreditch, which is just going to be a joyous thing. I know that all of us gather together in a former church. I'm going to see you on the road perpetually from April right through until August. And I will not pull back from this fight that we are all in. I will bring you news on Tommy. I'll be visiting him very soon. Alex Belfield, I stay in close contact with him. And as you will know, I am all in. People ask me often how I haven't been arrested, and have not been arrested yet. It can surely only be a matter of time. But until then, I will carry on doing what I do. So thank you all. Thanks for being part of this. Do get in touch if you can help, or you want to be part of the Batshit Bonkers Britain programme that Lovely Mark is making. And until I see you somewhere on the road, much love to you all. Hang in there. Do remember that your only job every day is to breathe all the way in and all the way out. And every day that you don't swing from a tree is the day that you win and they fail. Okay, I'll see you somewhere soon.